Okay, so the first section is the New England colonies. Number 1, most of the governments in New England were blank because blank. Is it A, most of the governments in New England were proprietary because they were started by a joint stock company? Is it B, most of the governments in New England were democratic because it had town hall meetings and elected representatives? Or was it C, most of the governments in New England were monarchy because there was a king of New England? So you're going to ask yourself, based on A, B, or C, which one makes the most sense when you fill in the blanks. Number 2, New England had plenty of forests. How does this fact connect to the economic importance of shipbuilding to the region? Was it A, the supply of wood enabled shipbuilders to construct ships to meet the demands of various traders? B, the protection offered by forests along the coast encouraged colonists to build a naval fleet to fight the British? Or C, bundles of logs called pickup sticks were shipped cheaply to England and other colonies for a high fee? Number 3, compared with the South, what disadvantage did New England farmers face? So you're thinking about farming in the South and New England. What disadvantage did New England farmers face? Was it A, regional farmers did not support many cash crops? B, few slaves were available to work the rich soil? Or C, rules prevented raising animals for individual use? Number 4, why were so many colonists able to read? Was it A, religions placed high value on studying the Bible? B, early colonies created colleges? Or C, the King of England created rules forcing them to learn how to read? So this last question at the bottom of the page is about the middle colonies. Number 5, most of the governments in the middle colonies were blank because blank. So when I read the answer choices, I'm going to read the whole sentence, and I'm going to fill them in with the blanks, and that's your responsibility to pick which one makes the most sense. Was it A, most of the government in the middle colonies were proprietary because they were started by a joint stock company? Is it B, most of the government in the middle colonies were democratic because it had town hall meetings and elected representatives? Or was it C, most of the government in the middle colonies were monarchy because there was a king of New England? Number 6, what was the economy of the middle colonies like? Was it A, some commerce, no farming? B, some industry, some farming? Or C, no commerce, some farming? Number 7, the staple crops that supported the middle colonists included A, corn, indigo, and tobacco, B, wheat, oats, and barley, or C, sugar, rice, and barley. So which one of these were staple crops that supported the middle colonies? Number 8, why did the middle colonies have a more diverse population? Is it A, the mix of religions allowed for more acceptance? B, the idea of more mining? Or C, all of the above? So why did they have a more diverse population? Okay, the next section is about southern colonies. Number 9. Most of the government in the southern colonies were blank because of blank. And like the ones I've done before, I'm going to read the whole sentence again, but I'm going to fill in the answer choices. So A, most of the government in the southern colonies were democratic because it had town hall meetings and elected representatives? Is it B, most of the government in the southern colonies were royal because of they had representatives appointed by king? Or is it C, most of the government in the southern colonies were monarchy because there was a king of New England? Number 10. How did the geography of the southern colonies contribute to its successful economy? Is it A, mountains provide rich minerals for mining, B, dense forests provided lumber for shipbuilding, or C, rich fertile soil provided agricultural resource? So how did the geography of the southern colonies contribute to its successful economy? Number 11. All of these are characteristics of southern culture except A, slavery, B, racism, or C, religious diversities. So one of these is not a characteristic of southern culture. The one that is not the characteristic of the southern culture is the one that's going to be the correct answer. Okay, so now we have early colonies. So early colonies is going to be about Jamestown, Plymouth, and Roanoke. So, which of the following does not explain why the Pilgrims migrated to America? So there's 3 answer choices. One of them is not going to explain why the Pilgrims came to America. The one that does not explain why the Pilgrims migrated to America is going to be your answer. So, which of the following statements does not explain why Pilgrims migrated to America? Is it A, they wanted to practice their own religion free from the persecution? Is it B, they wanted to escape from religious tension in England? Or is it C, to get rich by finding gold? So which one is not a reason the Pilgrims came to America? And the key word here is why the Pilgrims didn't come to America. Number 13. The first successful early colony was blank because of blank. Like the other ones that have 2 blanks, I'm going to say A, B, and C, and I'm going to fill in the blank. Whatever one makes the most sense is going to be the one that's the correct answer. Number 13, number choice A. The first successful early colony was Jamestown because of tobacco. Is it B, the first successful early colony was Plymouth because of Squanto? Or C, the first successful early colony was St. Augustine because of slavery? Okay. Number 14. Why did early settlers decide to make the voyage to the Americas? Is it A, to get a fresh start at life, B, to find new resources and wealth, or C, all of the above? Okay, so number 15 is going to be your short answer response. So I'm going to read the question, then I'm going to show you the map, and then I'm going to read you the question again. So number 15, according to African diaspora in the United States map pictured below, what long-term effects did colonization have on Africans? Okay, so this is kind of messed up on the formatting, so you're going to zoom in on you're going to look at your test at the bottom under Tennessee. You're going to see a really high concentration of darker dots. And then it has a little note here, so I'm going to read that. It says, the first enslaved Africans to arrive in what is now the United States landed in Jamestown, Virginia, in August 1619. Today, descendants of enslaved Africans and other African Americans live throughout the United States. So, if you look to the right of your over here, which again, it's cut off, and I apologize for that, but it says, U.S. African American population 2005. The lighter dots have less populations of African Americans, and the darker ones mean there's more concentration of African Americans in that part. So again, the question is, according to African diaspora in the United States map pictured below, what long-term effects did colonization have on Africans? So you're going to think way back to colonization and slavery. They brought slaves over so they could farm in the South. What long-term effects did colonization and slaves have on Africans? So think what has happened after colonizations to African Americans. How were they persecuted?